Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Man Monday. I'm your host, Mr. Mountain Man, live from the mountains of Western North Carolina. It's been a few weeks. Happy to be back here. I know it's a little later in the evening, but you know what? We don't complain. We got to end this Monday with a smile and some good times with good folks here on the live stream. Want to welcome everyone that joins me live this evening, as well as anyone who might be watching later on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. And as always, this live stream and all of them are available under the live stream playlist. As we always say, I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Like I mentioned, it's been a little while since I've been on here and had to get things going. It took me a little while, but you know how it is, 100 things going on, got to get the family situated and everything. And glad to see some folks have rolled in here. Looks like Leah Wood is here first. Hey, what's up? How are you doing today? I'm doing all right. I hope you are as well. Let us know how you're doing. Larry, it is great to see you and connect. Larry had mentioned to me on a comment on one of my various videos that he had gotten a Mustang rental out west, I believe. And so that's pretty cool. Hey, we got Story Has It here. How are you doing? Always nice to have you. It's interesting because I kind of pay attention when I go on early. I get some folks, and when I go on later, I get some folks, and I notice that the later I am, we always get to have the fortunate that Story Has It is joining us. Rita, nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well and everything's going great for you. Glad to have you here. JQ, hey everyone. Hello to you as well. Let us know how you are doing. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Where is the rest of everyone? Missed you last week. So last week, sorry, I can't edit that out. I got to get some water. Last week I did not do a live stream and did an abridged live stream the week previous to that. So this is the first week, kind of everything's back to normal. And so hopefully, everybody has made it in here. Folks may have been waiting on the live notification. Yeah, I had started a couple minutes early because I noticed that as far as quality and such, it seems to do a little better if I let the computer sit for a little while. So I usually I initiate the live stream through StreamYard, and then maybe 5 to 10 minutes later, I get it fired off. Mom is here. Hello. How are you doing? Hope you're having a nice week, and I love you guys. I hope you're doing well, you and Dad. No turkey here tonight. This is all Mr. Muscle. I mean, Mr. Mountain Man on a live stream Monday. That's cool. And the icon is like clear. I've never seen that one before. So we'll give a little Mountain Man hammer flex here. We got the old mallet, the Thor's hammer, Mountain Man hammer, however you want to say it. All right. So that's cool. Glad to have you here, Foxy Wolf. Good to see you. Let me put that away. Let's see. Congratulations on the announcement earlier. If that's the donation, is that the or the shorts? They call them shorts. Yes, I feel like I'm sinking, by the way, under the comments. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. Maybe so my head, my chin, and my mouth that's a little bit better. We don't need to see the Steelers logo. They lost yesterday. But anyway, I'm a proud fan. Yes. If that's the mention of that, yeah, absolutely. And I have that in the news and notes, and we'll talk more about that a little bit here later. Hey, we got Mr. Carlos here. Good evening, Mr. Mountain Man. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Hope things are going well for you here in the Carolinas as well. Glad to be back. Yes, I am, and glad we are all getting together tonight. I'm looking up in the corner, and it says there's only 3 people here, but I see a lot more than 3 in the comments. So hopefully people didn't get dropped off or I don't know. I think there's more. Anyway, whatever. I changed my name. Hope Faith. Okay, Leah Wood. Hope Faith, Leah Wood. That's great. Same color, I think. I think it used the same color in the avatar. So great to have you here. And nice to, and it's cool that you got to change up your name however you wanted it. That's really cool. Yep, I had to drive a Mustang to be like Mr. Mountain Man. Back in Ohio this week, and my Camaro. That's awesome. Not only you get to see your Camaro, but that you'll be back in Ohio for Thanksgiving, presumably. And always nice to be with family. I know you've been away for what? It's been a month or 2 now, I think. Looks like you've been traveling a lot here lately. Yes, some ad hoc. I still have the video. So I've been busy, and the video I have with my Oklahoma trip that I have not been able to produce on the Collect the Candyman yet. But and then Orlando, I was there for work for a brief trip. Which, by the way, a little drop of a video, older one on my channel. Most of you that are probably regulars here have seen it, but if you wanted to look again, the Cabana Bay Resort, and that's a good one from down in Orlando. That's a pretty cool place. It's like a retro motel theming at the Universal area, and it has it's a massive hotel. And it's pretty cool. So definitely check that out. The Cabana Bay Resort video. I think it was from early 2020. So if you go to the videos or the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube uploads, you'll be able to see it pretty easily. But I'm back here and going to be enjoying the Thanksgiving week and trying to get back in routine. It has been, a little bit of this and a little bit of that recently. So Buckeyes are looking fantastic. Did not see that performance coming. I call myself a Buckeye fan and big time, but I totally whiffed on Saturday. I thought the Ohio State Michigan game was like a 7:30 or 8 o'clock game. So we went to the Asheville parade, and then I think I went to exercise and then I went to the grocery to get some Thanksgiving stuff. And I'm like, all right, it's time to watch the game. And it was done. It was already over. I couldn't believe it. I mean, they really did a number on Michigan State. But yeah, so Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes are doing well. Our short story, how are you doing? Everybody always says OSOS. I wonder how I can shorten that down. OS. I know Dr. J, but I could do like a OS or just OS or something like that. But glad to have you here. Hope you are doing well and going to have a great week. Thumbs up, please. I appreciate that. Again, I'm getting some weird numbers here. It says there's one person in the live stream. I don't know if that has got to be a bug in the live stream. Hopefully I see Larry, Foxy, our show, our story, Mr. Carlos, Rita, Mom was here, Leah Wood, and others. So I don't know. And Pastor Dan and Kim, I see them scrolling down. I don't know what's going on here. Now it says I have 2 people here. Maybe it's rounding down or something like that. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Larry has been out in California for over 2 months. Pastor Dan and Kim, glad to have you back. We had a great time in the Smokies. That's fantastic. You guys, I remember when you were coming, I can't remember if you were concerned or not, like way before the trip, if you'd be too late because it was early November, but I bet you saw some wonderful, I can't remember, late October, early November, if you saw some wonderful leaves. I mean, one of the things, if I've been trying to convey, especially through Instagram, is the length of time that the leaves change and hold color for various species of trees or types of trees is really pretty long. So if you add in the variable that it's not a 3-day peak or whatever people make it out to be on the news articles and stuff, if you make it, if you the length of time, the different types of trees, and the different elevations, you guys have heard me talk about all this. I mean, you really do have a full month of just beautiful color here in Western North Carolina and the Smokies and that area, East Tennessee. So anybody who wants to come from October 15th to November 15th any year for fall, you're going to get some good fall weather. You just have to, you might have to move around elevations, but there'll be something. Let's see. Welcome back, Mr. Mountain Man. Fixing to travel to West Kentucky this week. You headed to for Thanksgiving or something, maybe see some family. That's excellent. Western Kentucky. So I haven't really been in Western Kentucky. I mean, I've done the major highways like 75 and stuff through there. The one that goes through Louisville also to the west. Is that 65, I think, because it goes up through Indianapolis. I've been on that one. Anyway, I hope you have safe travels. Yeah, now that one I do know about. Saturday at noon, the Michigan game is always at noon. That I don't, I don't know if they've ever made that a prime time. Memory serves me correct. Maybe one time I remember it being night, but maybe because it was at the end of the game and it was like an overcast day in Columbus or something. But yes, I'm definitely ready for that. That's crazy. If you change the channel name, the mod needs to be reset by Mr. Mountain Man. So if you, I'm not sure, story, like if you change your handle but you keep the same account, and actually I think she was talking about Larry's channel, but anyway, we could sort that out if needed. The only thing is here on this channel, I can't I can't see from StreamYard any of the moderator tools. I have to trust in all the moderators actually. So yeah. Let me see. I got lost here. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe story has it. Maybe you're right. You're right. I don't. I'm not 100% sure. I could look. Coming in clear, audio and video. Yes, thank you so much. Glad to have that report. I was going around and telling everybody we got to turn it all off, although everybody's pretty much in bed. Hey, Z Rock. I hope you're doing well. Good evening, everyone. Hope you are doing well. You know, I was thinking about you and like, you know, some of our other Wisconsin people, Chad, you know, that awful story in the news about the parade and those people that were killed. That was awful. Up there in Wisconsin, really sad, sad news. But anyway, on a positive note, hope you are doing well and going to have a great week for Thanksgiving. Definitely more people than it shows. Okay, I don't know. Like, can somebody give me a report? Like, if you're watching it through YouTube, how many? I mean, there probably got like 8 or 9 people, right? Like at least, or 7 to 10 people. But here it shows me 4. It would just be good to know if StreamYard is, you know, got a little bit of a bug up in the corner because my number, which you guys can't see, says there are 4 people here right now. The leaves were beautiful. They were in their peak. Yes. I'm glad that you got to see some of that. And, you know, I posted a picture. We'll look at it here shortly. I took 2 days ago. There was one tree. It's still bright red, but then the one next to it is just a twig. The wind has gotten crazy in the last week and like 30, 40 mile an hour winds plus. And when you get that, once the leaves get weak, whoosh, it just takes all the leaves off the trees. Says enough with it and it gets rid of it. Says I'm getting ready for winter. Hoping you could be here one as well. Yeah, so I always forget about the moderators to do. You know, I went back through because some people were moderators and I hadn't seen them on the live stream in like 6 months or a year. But the reality is we have a, you know, whatever. We have a saturation. I don't really get that many. You know, we had one troll like a week ago and you guys took care of it really quickly. That was awesome. We beat it back to Raleigh last week when the last of the leaves. Glad it was later this year. Yeah, Raleigh at a lower elevation in the middle of the state would definitely it would last longer. In fact, I think if you went to Charlotte right now, or upstate South Carolina, there would still be leaves changing. The leaves in the mountains were the best and most beautiful we've ever seen them. Yes, it's been a great year. It's funny. I wasn't anticipating like the most spectacular year. And the reason is because it has a lot to do. The pigment in the leaves are the result of the leaves stressing. And they get stressed from cold nights, typically in September. And we had a very balmy September. It was quite moderate and quite warm. And I was like, it's going to be one of those years where it's going to be kind of bland and go to brown. My pine straw has still not hit their peak color change. Let me tell you something. I love pine. I love pine trees. I love evergreens. You guys know that. I mean, I'm always goofing around with this thing. I love them in the yard. I don't know. There's just something about them. I mean, I just maybe because I love the mountains and they're kind of, you know, a native to these parts at the higher elevations. I love pine. I also love, personally prefer pine needle over mulch. In fact, when we lived in Florida, I would drive like 30 miles to the interior because nobody on the coast sold pine needle. And I would go get it. And we were like the only house that had them, and everybody else had rocks or mulch. I mean, nothing wrong with mulch. If I'm going to do mulch, I like the big pine bark nuggets, the large one. What I don't like is the small shredded mulch. It looks great when you take it out of the bag or if you get it delivered, but give it a little bit of time. It starts to decay. It doesn't look that nice. So you have to take into account the longevity of some of these things. And pine needle is easy to refresh. There's your landscaping update from Mr. Mountain Man. Okay, she was talking about Larry's. Okay, cool. The leaves were still very pretty when my grandson and I went to the mountains. Yes, and again, we'll have to try to coordinate something in the future where we can meet up. That it was very sad. I was thinking about the Wisconsin people today. I mean, not that you involved, but I'm just saying that, up your way. I'm sure it was even more in the news. Oh, only 4 people. Okay. But it's weird. Foxy, AZ, Liam, Mom, Dan, Rita. Story has it. Maybe it's maybe it's a bug. I mean, oh, sorry, I'm going through all this. It said 4, 4, way more in shows, 3, 4, 4. At least 9 are watching. Thank you, 6. How long are you going to be here tonight? Well, my live streams typically go for 90 minutes. You do not have to stay that long. I know it's getting on 10 o'clock. A lot of people are probably yawning. I go through the routine for those that enjoy being here and also for people who would like to watch it on delay. That's another thing. If somebody is tired right now and they can't stay here, you're welcome. I mean, of course, you're welcome to drop, and then you can always watch it later. But I really enjoy people who do chat. I hate to miss the troll. Mess with them like I mess with spam callers. Ask them how the weather's in Pakistan. They just hang up. There's some fun YouTube videos where scammers called like a sheriff station, and they didn't know they were calling them, and the sheriff station was like playing back with them. And the people on the line were like threatening to call the police. I'm like, oh, they're really like the sheriffs in the town. They're like, yeah, we already. And so it was fun. You can watch that on YouTube. It was crazy fall. We had snow one day, and 3 days later, we were at Grandfather Mountain. It was 70 degrees. That is the truth. We had our first snowflakes here like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I posted a picture on Instagram. It didn't show well, but sure enough, it was snowing. Flurry snow. It was snowflakes. Nothing stuck. And then, yes, it was, 70 degrees. I mean, that's the South for you still. I mean, we're in the mountains in Asheville, but this is not like Vermont. I mean, this is, and to be quite honest, I wouldn't mind if it actually was a little bit cooler in the winters. That's why I'm such a fan of like higher elevation. But it's this is what happens. You can definitely have it now. On the north side of Asheville and getting up to like Burnsville and some of those counties, you start to get more consistently lower temperatures. But yeah, love my pine trees, but I hate the cones in the yard. Oh, yeah, I guess so. They probably, if you have to go over those with a lawnmower, or definitely don't want to step on them. I love my blue spruce. Ooh, those are so nice. They're pretty with Christmas lights too. A plus. Love blue spruce. Yes. Yeah, making decorations with the cones when I was a kid. I think a lot of people have gotten away from stuff like that, but you all let me know if you do anything homemade. I mean, remember old-fashioned stuff? I remember as a kid doing cranberries one year and popcorn. Of course, the construction paper rings, that you glue stick together or tape together. Those were cool. But now, I mean, like most people, everybody, they ornaments are a dime a dozen after Christmas, 90% clearance at Walmart. You pick up all these cool ornaments, and most people have more ornaments than will fit on the tree. So I think the way of homemade ornaments has gone away. 7, okay, and I'm seeing 6. So many pine cones. Yes. Weird. I can't get you on my TV. It's spinning, but working on my phone. Interesting. I wonder if I picked a bad time to go live. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I know it's later, but thank you. I was really excited to be here today and get back to a normal routine. I'm here, but working on a project. No problem. Multitask away. Great trip. We had a wonderful time, but it was too short. Yes. Did anybody see the moon on Saturday as the sun was setting? It was beautiful, red, and so big. I did not. What do they call that? Like a blood moon or something like that? When it's like huge and orange. I've seen what you're talking about. It's absolutely amazing. I didn't see it this Sunday, or Saturday, excuse me. But yeah, Didn't like pine straw growing up. Raking it was one of my chores, and there were about 4 million pine trees in my parents' yard. Now, back in Ohio, I miss having it and paying for mulch. Yeah, because in Ohio, I don't even think you can get pine straw or pine needle or whatever, right? Um, I don't recall any of the landscape because all of it would have to be trucked up from the south, I believe. And that's too expensive at that point. The price point would be like $10 a bale. Nobody wants to pay that. They want to pay $3.99. That's what we pay around here. It does run out in the summer, though. There have been so many times here in the Asheville area. We go to Lowe's and Home Depot. And we're like, yeah, can we get some pine straw? And they just laugh at us. Pine needle. They're like, yeah, we don't have any. We haven't had any for 2 weeks. So you really have to stock up and get it while you can if there's a truck, because once the weather gets nice, like everybody does it. Have to be in bed by 10:30, 10:45. I'll stay till then. No problem at all. Absolutely. And glad to have you here. I'm freezing here in Ohio. My body isn't ready for this. Yeah, definitely have to get acclimated back to the cold or the heat if it's humidity on the other side. Come on down, man, mom. I'll get you all I want for free and cook you a meal to boot. That's right. I'm sure Foxy has. You could go down there and take a pickup truck or something and take a whole bunch home and be the cool neighbor in the neighborhood having the pine straw. The day after we went over the mountains from Cherokee to Gatlinburg, they had to close the Newfound Gap Road off because of snow. A few days later, it was almost 80. Right. Now, Newfound Gap Road, is that 321? Because I've gone up over that. Man, like my wife thought I was crazy one time. We were staying in Cherokee. This was before we lived here. And we spent the day in Gatlinburg in late December. And our hotel was in Cherokee. And we stayed till like 10 p.m. at night. And I took 321 up and over the mountains to get to Cherokee because the only other way from Gatlinburg is you got to go way back towards like Maggie Valley and cut back. There's no other real way. And I'm going up that way and there's like snow and ice. There are no cars. So you feel like you're all by yourself. Like something happens, like nobody. Pitch black, no street lights, obviously, up there. Even me, my blood pressure was going a bit, but we got through. I drove really safely. We got to Cherokee. My wife was like, what are you doing taking that way? It's crazy. There's like ice. And like one time the car was like sliding a little bit. But yes, the weather can be very different. First I ever experienced that when I was a kid, we went out to Denver. And in Denver, it was like 70 degrees. And then you go up to Pikes Peak and it was snowing. Of course, those elevations are even greater than here. I try to get my kids to pick them up and do crafts, but they won't have any part of it. Oh, with the pine cones? Yeah, that'd be great. We love pine cones. We don't get any around here with the types of evergreen we have. You will have to check out Dr. J's video. You will at least know what I look like. Oh, yes. Okay. Let me make a note. Well, I will. Dr. J's video. Let me check that out for sure. Beaver Moon this month. That's what that's called, Beaver Moon? Okay. I'm not familiar with all the terminology. I thought it was called like a blood moon, but beaver moon. That's cool. I'm always here for you no matter the time. I think most of us feel that way. I appreciate it. I just don't want to, some people like Lily will come on sometimes and some other folks, they got to get up at like in Chad and some of these others, they got to get up at like 5 in the morning or something. So if I'm on at 10, that means no sleep. So yeah. 441. What was I saying? 321, 441. Okay. Yeah. Whatever the one that you basically leave out of Gatlinburg, go up by, you go up by, why am I drawing a blank here? Klingman's Dome. You don't go to Klingman's Dome. You like go like all the way up over the mountain and you come back down to Cherokee. I can't remember it. It was 92 for me this time last week. Oh, out in California. Yeah, that's crazy. That black dyed mulch is popular here. I like the fine cut mulch or the river rock, gravel, and landscape. Now, the black dyed mulch, you'll have to let me know if I'm right in this assumption, is typically the rubber mulch. I do think rubber mulch is pretty cool because it doesn't decay. Now, I don't know if that black is dyed to make it even, more consistent in color. And if it washes away and kind of starts to gray out, I have no experience with it. But I think it would be really good in certain areas, especially like a playground or, if you had like a tree house or something like that to put the black mulch. Also, if you just want to make the investment and not have to do it over and over. Larry, my grandson, and I went to meet them. Yes, that is really cool. And I think on the last live stream, you guys, it had just been posted that and you said you had a great time. I would like to definitely see that. Newfound Gap 441. Yeah, let me know. I might be mixing up the roads. Super nice people. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody here is great. It was that was a nice thing. Hey, Chad is here. Hey, good evening, Mr. Mountain Chat. Hope all's well, Mr. Mountain. Happy early Thanksgiving. Absolutely. I was just mentioning your name. I thought like you sometimes had to be at work or early at work, so I know some folks can't stay around. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving this week, and pretty excited. It's going to be a fun week. I love Thanksgiving. It's like one of my favorite holidays of the year because it's not tied to like gift giving and some others. I mean, all the other holidays, I love them. Birthdays and Christmas and Easter, and some of them are quite meaningful and such. But as far as just this type of holiday between your St. Patrick's Day and Valentine's Day and, whatever, some of these others, Thanksgiving, I really enjoy Thanksgiving. It's just about food and family. So it's pretty cool. Moon was that super color because of the almost total eclipse this month. I did hear about that. I heard my wife and kids talking about that, but it was kind of a background conversation. I didn't pay attention to everything. We have pretty much switched Creek Rock for our flower beds. Okay, yep. Then you don't have to replace it, right? It's like a one-time cost. It's really heavy. It's kind of hard to move around. I think I took myself out of focus one of those times, by the way, and that drives me crazy. So let me try to. There we go. At least on my end, it looks clear. Yes, happy early Thanksgiving. So what do you all do? Do you guys do like what we do? Like we wait to put the tree up till the day after Thanksgiving, and that's what we did growing up. But I know a lot of people now, they're like, oh no, come November, right after Halloween, I'm putting my tree up. I want to enjoy it. But those folks, I tend to notice they're the type that really like to take it down like December 26th. See, we'll put it up the day after Thanksgiving, but we'll leave it up till January 6th for the two true 12 days in the Epiphany and the full length. And so most people have taken down their lights and such, but we'll run them a little bit longer and keep up the tree. They use 421 or I-40 as a detour when the gap is close. Okay. You use red mulch. I'm assuming red mulch is what you meant. Yeah. And whatever looks good, it's really a subjective thing. Everybody likes something different. Like I said, if I'm going to do mulch, I would do pine bark, the large pieces. But I really like the pine needles. But right now it's really tough because the leaves are everywhere. So they cover everything because when you live in the mountains, there's so many trees that you just get a gazillion pounds of leaves and they cover any kind of mulch, pine needle or whatever. So it was like toward the end of the summer and we hadn't finished doing pine needle yet. We'd only done part. And I'm like, there is no point in spending money on it right now. It will be a complete waste because they will all get covered. Some of the leaves get so ingrained, like where we have like a hill and stuff like that. You can't separate it very easily. Or if you do blow the leaves away, then the mulch or the pine needle blows away with it. So just best to get through the fall, let all the leaves fall, blow everything away, and then either wait till the spring. Or I was actually talking to my wife, I think yesterday, I'm like, you know what? Once all the leaves are gone and I got them blown away and we have an okay weekend in January, I'm probably going to do pine needle if I can find it. That's the problem. How do you do the turkey emoji? Well, if you're on the phone, it's pretty easy. Most keyboards, if you type in the word turkey and it tries to find it for you, it'll show the turkey. If you're online, best thing to do is to copy somebody else's turkey and paste it. Or I think you can go to the emoji thing and you can search for turkey. It'll come up. Black dyed mulch is the wood mulch. Oh, that is usually brick color. Definitely not the recycled number. Good. Okay, interesting. And that's the one you like, right? That's pretty cool. Can't believe your Steelers tied my bottom feeding Lions a few weeks ago. Boy, they were bad this year. Yeah. That Steeler game where they tied the Lions and it went to overtime. It was like both teams were like, do you want to win? Do you want to win? Do you want to win? Nope. I mean, how many times can you not win the game? That game was frustrating. And then last night against the Chargers, boy, my goodness, we came back from 24 down and then lost the game because we don't have any defense right now. Too many people are hurt. Do you know the one thing about the Lions? I don't follow them closely, but they're to me are still kind of a storied franchise. I know they don't have a rich history of Super Bowls and things, but the city of Detroit, you think of people like Barry Sanders and some of the greats that there. I mean, being a staple in the NFC North, it's just a great team. There's a lot of speaking of bottom feeders in the NFL, I could care less about. Most of them in the AFC North, like the Browns and the Ravens and stuff, I could care less if they went 2 decades without winning. But the Lions, would be nice if they could be competitive in that division again. Too bad they practically skip over Thanksgiving now, straight from Halloween to Christmas. That's the truth. I'm still in the camp, and we decorate around here. We decorate for Halloween for like a month. It's not exact. And then we have like fall harvest or fall type, that kind of like decorations. Not a ton, but like a few little things here and there that my wife likes to pick up. So there's no Christmas going on. Which did feel weird. I didn't talk much about it, but we went to the holiday parade, um, which is really the start of the Christmas season because most of the floats people were dressed up like Christmas, and it felt early for it. But that's when they run it, and it had been raining the last few years, and we really wanted to do it. Now, Foxy had put a comment on there that it seemed like it was very New Orleans themed. What had happened was I'd never been to it. And knowing me and my limited amount of time, if I had shot a full video there, you guys would have enjoyed the 2021 Asheville Holiday Parade next February. I mean, that's poking fun at myself at how long it takes me to edit a video. So I thought shorts was the way to go, and it seemed to be fine. In fact, I got a couple of cool comments in there. People were like, "Oh, I was the drummer on that one float, and I was the bass player." So it was kind of cool. But there were 75 entries, or I wouldn't even call them floats, like entries. And I had 1 minute of film. So I had to kind of cherry pick and just kind of guess at what was good, knowing that Santa was at the end. So I wanted to save just a little bit for it. I think the ones that I randomly picked did seem like they all had kind of a similar theme. But of the 75, you had like dance companies, you had like there was the Irish thing, you had some businesses that were just in like fancy cars, you had like like Miss Cherokee, you had school bands playing, you had some cars and trucks and some fancy stuff, and of course Santa at the end. You had some police and fire trucks, so it was kind of it was like one of those hometown kind of parades, but it was cool. I was glad we got to go to it. And if you haven't checked it out, like I said, I did a shorts for it. As far as decorative stuff, flower beds around here, some use the old cocoa beans from Nestle's, excuse me. Really? I did not know that. That's crazy for flower. Well, like a little flower bed, right? Like you wouldn't have enough to have enough leftover, would you? That's pretty interesting. I've never heard that. My tree is up already. And you know what, Leah? Like I said, now what I'm interested is, when do you take it down? Let us know when you take it down. Or because if you have it up early, is my observation about you're the kind that'll take it down December 26th, 27th, 28th because you've had it up long enough, or do you keep it up? I wish there were lights up all year long. So every year, it's kind of funny you say that. I think like that. I'm like, oh, isn't this great? But the reality is it loses its extra special appeal if we do keep them up year round. I mean, nowadays with LED lights, you could string a porch, probably not with color lights, but with white lights, you could string a porch or like an outdoor, area, and think about it like June, July, August, and, have lights. But I think it dilutes the cool factor or how unique it is to have them for that, 6-8 weeks around Christmas time. At least that's my opinion, because I've thought the same thing too. But then I'll tell you the truth. You go over to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. If Smoky Mountain Hiker was here, we've talked about this like a year ago. They leave up the Christmas lights till like February. And I've made the comment, like, because we've driven over there, I'm like, yeah, Christmas is long in the tooth at that point. It's like we're starting to think about spring and they still have Christmas lights up. They definitely draw that one up just a little bit too long. Our decorations stay up till January 6th too. Okay, so there's another one for that. We did both when Mr. Mountain Man came back home. We did black rubber hoping to cut the annual cost, but now we use the black mulch. Okay, just like Story Has It says. Ours goes up on November 1st and comes down the 1st of January. Okay, cool. So you do a full 2 months. I can't believe how the Steelers are doing this year. I'm used to the Steelers always having a winning record and being first in the division. Me too. Our defense is incredible, but when you have TJ Watt, Stephon Tuitt, oh man, why am I drawing a blank? Joe Hayden, and Minka Fitzpatrick. I'm probably missing another one. I mean, this is not our defense. They're all second string. And it's funny because you guys remember when I went to the Panthers game with the kids, I did a shorts on it. And there's a Steelers Nation radio on iHeartRadio. If you're a big Steelers fan, they have a tremendous 365 days a year, 24/7 Steelers radio. It's free. It's called SNR, Steelers Nation Radio. Anyway, I called the post-game show that day because the Steelers got absolutely whomped down there in Charlotte because we had our third stringers in and stuff. And I called in, and the question I said is, I'm concerned this season that if our stars get hurt and our backups have to play, we're going to be atrocious. Ding, ding, ding. I was spot on. Because when we get to that second level on the Steelers, even though they have this saying, the standard is the standard, those guys were not. They're not the standard, unfortunately. Sorry, don't want to bore everybody who's not into football, but we do have a few Steelers fans, and hey, I am too. Our next door neighbor put their Christmas decorations the day after Halloween. I think that's the record in our neighborhood. Yeah, and then see who leaves them on longest. Usually I'll still see something like one random, like January 10th or 15th, and that's usually about as late as it is. Not had a tree in 20 years. Thinking of getting a tree this year and keeping up year round to decorate for each holiday. That's a fantastic idea. You know what you can do? If you get the fake one that's pre-lit, you can change it. Some of the pre-lit ones are so fancy you can change the color of the tree. So then you might be able to do like red for Valentine's, and I don't know if you could do green for St. Patrick's Day. That's a cool idea. Lions should have beat the Browns. Yeah, well, I did not see that game, but I know that the Steelers fell a little bit. We like to get Fraser firs every year. The best Fraser firs are grown in the mountains of Western North Carolina. That's another thing. We do fake trees, but the real trees, speaking of being early bird gets a worm, you got to get early to these tree lots, because if you're like wait until December 15th to get a live tree, they're all closed. They're all closed because they're out of Christmas trees. Last weekend, I already saw a tree on the top of a car, a real tree. So I guess everybody who gets a real tree, got to get it early. Everyone, please pray for me in the next few weeks. I have to get a hip injections for pain management. Absolutely, Leah. Prayers for you, and to make sure that you don't have pain and you can get through that with strength. And I hope you do well. Story Has It says she got daughters, gets that too. Did anybody remember what was last week? Yes. Was it your birthday? Right? Wasn't it your birthday? Yes. Well, I'll sing to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leah. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Yay. I don't have any balloons, but happy birthday to you. I think you're gonna have to go on vacation so you can post your videos. Yeah, when I go on vacation, I know you all appreciate it. It's just, there's a lot, the kids are active. There's a lot of things going on. My job, this really, YouTube is it's a hobby, and it takes, it's a lower priority. And I, believe it or not, I probably spend, more time on it sometimes than maybe even I should between the two channels. So I try to be really disciplined about it. But the byproduct is, I get really excited about it and I enjoy building the community, but I'm not able to deliver at a rapid pace. And trust me, I have a slew of videos. Like the Eclectic Candyman is probably like a month or two away from being 1,000 subscribers. I mean, that channel gets way more views than this channel, and people love that content. But I really enjoy the Mr. Mountain Man and the community and the personality of it is unique. Turned 31 last week. Okay, well, I don't know if that's true or not true, but regardless, yes, happy birthday. And then AZ Rock had one on the 7th. Happy birthday to all the November birthdays. Actually, my sister and my dad are this coming week, the 24th and 26th, respectively. So happy birthday to my dad and my sister. That's really cool. Not just Christmas lights, but different lights, right? And you could do that. I mean, again, with the LEDs and the cost and stuff, you could really, you could, do it around, like I said, like a back porch or the garage or whatever. We usually take it down by New Year's, your tree. Okay. We put up the tree super early one year, and Christmas loses some of its magic when you have to dust it, right? I think so too. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, it's the old cliche: too much of anything, or too much of one thing is not a good thing, or whatever. I wonder about that Christmas store in Gatlinburg. I know they love doing it, but when it comes June and July and May, it's like, it's not time for Christmas. I'm excited about other things. Am I saying that right? Nestles have them in big burlap bags, and people put the stuff under the bushes and around their trees. I'm saying it like Nestle, like the quick, but I don't even know inform me, educate me. I learn something every day. Don't you have year-round Christmas lights on your outhouse? Yeah, no, I don't have that. Yeah, that'd be a place to put them. I love watching how Mr. Mountain Man multitasks between 3 different threads: football, Christmas decorations, and mulch. That's talent, right? It's like we're pulling out from all these, good conversations, and we go back and forth. It's like a bunch of people at a table all conversing at the same time. I was just thinking the exact same thing. Yeah, that's cool. Not to hasten the year or anything, but does anyone have any New Year's traditions? Hog jowl, black eyed peas, and cabbage for me. Right. I think that's the I don't know what hog jowl is, but isn't it like pork chops and sauerkraut? I think so. We have one that my wife we do. It's at the stroke of midnight. You got to eat 12 grapes like all at once. 12 for the 12 months of good luck. And so we do that. And as far as the food, I'm trying to remember what we did last year. I don't think we do any good luck meals or traditional meals. I know that we've cooked like nice meal. Like a lot of times we'll do almost the same meal on Thanksgiving. We do it on Christmas, and then New Year's. New Year's kind of a mixed bag. It just depends. Sometimes that's kind of getting towards the end of a long vacation, and you're a day or two from having to get back to the grind. And so you start to get the blahs about work and other things going on around New Year's. Yeah, pork and sauerkraut, corned beef, cabbage, black eyed peas, and cornbread. Ooh, it all sounds good. We cook a dime in our cabbage because grandma did. Okay. Are you serious? Like a dime? Like, don't swallow it. It's like the baby and the king cakes, the little plastic baby, which, by the way, you guys know I love donuts. King cakes. If you've never heard of those or had one of those, that's a New Orleans thing, and it's around Mardi Gras time. But oh my goodness, I remember the first time I had one of those about 20 years ago. Somebody brought one into work, and I'm like, what in the world is this magnificent, fantastic, most delicious thing that is a wonderful, wonderful, sugary, soft pastry with really gooey inside? It was like so delicious. That's what made me think of it. If you really put like something in the food there. Green garlic ham in my family. Cool. Pork, sauerkraut, mashed potatoes here too. Okay. That was a good question, by the way. Probably an old mountain superstition. Food always comes up on Mountain Man Mondays. It sure does. And even if I've eaten dinner, sometimes I get hungry. It was so funny. I told you guys this, but like 3 Mountain Man Mondays ago, whenever that was, I had not eaten yet, and it was later, and we started talking about food, and I was like gonna pass out. I was like, we got to end the live stream. Like my mouth's watering, and I really like my blood sugar or something's getting low. I've got to go eat. It is Nestle, the chocolate company. Okay, I said it right. I don't know. I wanted to make sure there. We enjoy your company every week, Mr. Mount Man. Makes our week better. Who agrees with me? Woo! I'm glad. And it's really nice to be back for routine week. I do have news and notes tonight, and I'll get to that here in a minute as soon as I get it up. By the way, you're coming in loud and clear tonight. That's because everybody's in bed sleeping, and I got all the internet bandwidth. Thank you for the update. I always have black eyed peas. Silly, but I do it anyways. And it's a real dime. Okay. Yeah. Don't swallow that, or I guess you pass it if you do, but crunch. I got a dime. But that's good luck, right? The dime is for whoever gets it will have a prosperous year ahead. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll just eat like this, and then if I get the dime. All right. So let's get over to housekeeping for the week of, here we go, November the 21st, 2021. By the way, I don't think I announced when I started the live stream. This is episode 96. 4 more to 100. Not that that's really significant, but something about big round numbers are always cool. Go here and go back to the other banner here. Come on. There we go. All right. Housekeeping. All right. Let me make sure I got those comments there. King cakes must come from Louisiana. There are a couple of places that have over 25 fillings. Ooh, nice. I didn't see any grilled fook. Oh, you know what? Probably mess up the live stream. Oh, I didn't take the picture. I meant to. We had chicken and asparagus on the grill, and I totally meant to take a picture, and I forgot to take the picture. So we had asparagus, grilled chicken, and French fries. So that was cool. I'm waiting for the news notes. I always look forward to the news notes. Yes, absolutely. Here's my Instagram account. Let's get to the housekeeping of the week for November the 21st, 2021. I still have 2 videos for this channel on deck. I've been trying to keep up with the shorts. One is going to be a little bit out of season. It was a summertime video, but you guys will still enjoy it. And then the other, what in the world was the other one? I don't even remember. I know I have another one. What did I do? Gosh, everything's such a blur recently. I know I have a second video. So that's crazy, because then I have 18 for the Eclectic Candyman. I know that's not this channel, but I got to get to those too. And I have some fun ones over there. And some handy ones. Like yesterday, I was taking some boards off the deck. One had broke, and that can be dangerous. And I've never done that before. It was kind of a chore, because the nails were really deep down in the wood, and I had to chisel them out and find them because they were painted over. And then there were some screws. Somebody told me once, screws seem like a good idea in a deck until you have to take them out, because if they're old, they're really easy to strip the head if they start to get ingrained in there too hard. So then you're having to chew out around to get vice grips on them to manually take them out, because I have bit out sets to get out like stripped heads, and they never work. Ever do those things work. So anyway, it was chore, but I did it. I got the boards replaced. It was really cool. So more of that coming. Let's go ahead and look at the Instagram photos, put some words to pictures here. Let's see here and make sure it shares okay. There we go. All right, I'll take away. Let's see if I can keep I forget if I keep the banner on there or not. Let's see. It won't get in the way. All right, going back to, because we didn't have one 2 weeks ago. This was from November the 10th. As you can see, as I mentioned, there's still a lot of color. There was just what do we got? Less than 2 weeks ago. So you got look, you've got green, although the green might be rhododendron. They don't really change, and they keep their leaves all year. And by the way, not my favorite tree. My mom and I talked about that once. I don't know. There's something I just don't like about them. They look like they should be in a Sahara desert. The way the twigs grow like a bonsai tree, and they're low to the ground. I don't know. They're just, it's a subjective thing. Rhododendron are just not my favorite plants. But the other trees there are absolutely beautiful. Once again, I want to just check. Let me hide the banner so you can see the whole picture there. This was November the 13th. So that was 9 days ago. And this was a beautiful picture. Look at that against that Carolina blue sky. That was just, I remember that morning. I mean, look at that. There were still, this was on November the 13th, folks. So that goes to show you that there are trees that, and you know, if you would have looked at any report, the peak for Asheville would have been the end of October. So this is a full 2 weeks after, and those were pictures I took. I was down in Orlando, and I'm, the palm trees, I used to live in Florida for a long time. Palm trees are cool that, like when you haven't seen them for a while. I said palm trees are cool, but I prefer the mountains. And Rita says every place has its beauty. It's fun to see the difference. That is spot on. That is the truth. And it's neat to see something different every once in a while. It was a pretty picture with the sun, the way that I took that picture. I thought it was really cool. That was at the Orlando airport. If any of you have ever flown through there before, it's an amazing tree. That's the Hyatt right there. And that thing is just super tall. You can kind of see the people in the background. So I don't know how tall that is, but it's really, really tall. And it was cool. Yes. So definitely put a couple of liked comments there. Let's see. What else did I have? Oops. Click. Yeah, headed back to the mountains of North Carolina. There was a nice sunset that was in Atlanta. And then I think the next one was even more beautiful. That was from the air. Is that not a cool picture? I mean, I thought it was cool. That was kind of over. That was a little bit I think to the north of Atlanta when we we're flying. Yes, God puts on a show for us for sure. I mean, it was just magnificent. That, I didn't use any filters on this or anything. That was just the picture through the window. And this was this past weekend from downtown Asheville. I said just a few trees left with colorful leaves. The wind has removed about 90%. Soon all the trees will look like picture number 2. So if you go to this was Saturday. There were two trees next to each other. This is the first one. Look at the second one. That's the only thing I don't like about the deep winter is I've mentioned it like 3 times recently, but I posted a picture last February on a beautiful clear blue morning. And it was a stack of trees that all look like that. And I remember saying, I'm ready for spring. Listen, I love the change of season, the cold. I want snow. But the trees are so much prettier in the mountains when it's green, like in the summer. Yep. And there's all the pictures. So anyway, if you want to check that out, that's Mr. Mountain _man. Again, if you have a Facebook account, you already can log into Instagram because they're owned by the same company. And even if you don't, you can still pull up this link and check them out. I don't think there's any other housekeeping for the channel here as far as housekeeping goes. Let me get over to the comments. I see I've missed a few. JQ had to take off already. Everyone, bedtime for this old man. 39 going on 99. 5 a.m. comes early. Good night. Thank you. I missed your goodbye, JQ, but you have a wonderful week and a great episode. We should try to celebrate somehow in the 100th episode. Just an idea. That would be cool. I mean, hopefully all the regulars are here. That would be at least mine. Maybe I'll come up with, let's see, looking at the calendar, oops, I forgot to click the wrong button here. Okay, the 29th should be no problem. I can't do the 6th. That's 97, 98, 99. Okay. The 100th episode is either going to be December the 27th or January the 3rd. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we get closer. The reason December 27th is a wild card is because that's right after Christmas, and I don't know if we're going to have plans to do something or not as a family. But anyway, yeah, I like the idea. Thank you. That's the YouTube Eclectic Candyman. I appreciate you dropping that in there, Foxy Wolf. If anybody enjoys that, you said we'll have to watch a video, find out where you were out of town. Yes, that was for the Oklahoma trip, and that really is the first video that I want to get out. Is that one? Collecting Game Man video, how to remove screws from a deck board easily. So I didn't do, you're close. I didn't do the screws. I did how to remove painted over nails because I watched a couple of videos and people had like 6 tools and I'm like, hey, you can do it with 2. So hopefully it's a useful video. It was yeah, beautiful colors, and it was a very pretty tree in Orlando. Yes, and beautiful tree. We've been down twice over Thanksgiving, had the areas that still have beautiful colors in the leaves. Yes. If you get down into what's called the foothills of North Carolina or upstate South Carolina, you probably can around Christmas. I mean, sorry, Thanksgiving. You'll have an amazing Thanksgiving. We're thankful for each and one of you all. Got to head out long trip tomorrow. Safe travels, Dr. J. To you and the family, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for stopping by. I lost a great friend on Halloween due to COVID. His family needs prayers during the holiday. Absolutely. Sorry to hear about that, Leah, and about your friend there. Definitely we'll keep you in our prayers. Yeah, lost friends as well. It's been a rough we're going on 2 years now. Yeah. Yes, prayers for you and your family. All right, let me get back. All right, so next up, we've got news and notes for the week of November the 21st, 2021. All right, let me go ahead and share here again. Got this going on. Boom. Present. Let me remove the banner. All right. Story number 1. I got to get my bearings straight here. I haven't done this in like a month, and I'm like a little bit out of sorts here. So yes, most of you that are regulars did see I posted today that here on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel that, you know, that we're small, but we make an impact. And I've been, very thankful since after 1,000 subscribers. Remember, originally I thought about making no monetization, but YouTube said either you do it or we're doing it and keeping it. And I said, well, forget about it. Then I'll take it. So I did turn on monetization, and we're giving it to charity. I just take out a little bit for taxes because I know they're going to send me a document of the monetization they send me, and a little bit for YouTube Red. To I don't have, or it's not called YouTube Red, it's called YouTube Premium. Used to be called YouTube Red, but anyway, sans that, everything that's remaining goes to charity. And I was so happy to see that payment this morning. I didn't think it was going to be on time. I had wanted to for the last month. I'm like, if I get a payment, it's going to go for Thanksgiving for the less fortunate. Manna Food Bank is a fantastic charity. Thanks to you all for your support of hitting thumbs up and watching the videos and joining the live streams and watching the shorts. That adds up ad revenue. And when I got the payout, Manna Food Bank. So there's a great site called Charity Navigator. You know how sometimes if you want to donate to a charity, you're like, well, do they really give all the money to the homeless or the poor or the needy or whatever cause it could be? Charity Navigator can look at all the transparent tax records and all that and come up with a score. And Manna Food Bank had like a 98, which is an incredible score, meaning like all your money pretty much goes straight to the cause. If you look at some of the other organizations, there's a big portion for marketing and for administrative fees and things like that. So it's a great local Western North Carolina Manna Food Bank, and this helps their turkey drive. And I just think this is fantastic. It's just nice for the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube community to be able to do something like this. And I think it's really cool. So as I continue to get these monetization payments, I will continue to pick charities that are near and dear either to the area or to things that I think are finding worthwhile. So again, thank you. When you guys thumbs up and do all that stuff and share content, that really does help. We might be small, but we make an impact. And I appreciate that. Yes, this was the announcement you were talking about. Thank you, Leah. Yes, it was really cool. Glad we're able to do that. Great you donated to the food bank. If any of you are familiar with Western North Carolina, you had probably seen that too. So really, really cool. And that was fun and awesome to do. Yes, no problem at all. It's, it's absolutely cool to do. Let's go ahead to the next one. Top 8 places to see holiday lights in Asheville, North Carolina. Now, even if you don't live here, here are how many of these things that you have heard of before, some that we have videos here on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel, and some that might be new that you hadn't heard about. So from the article, few experiences. Oh, by the way, this is from Explore Asheville. Few experiences embody the excitement of the holidays like enjoying a display of bright twinkling Christmas lights and meticulously designed decorations. Visitors to Asheville, North Carolina can enjoy these dazzling, family-friendly light shows that are sure to inspire the spirit of the season. 8 places. Number 1, winter lights at the North Carolina Arboretum. This one I do have a video on from last year. It was the drive-through experience because of the pandemic. This year it will be a walking experience. I know the family wants to go. I would love to be able to do another video. We'll see. Don't hold me to it, but we'll definitely see. It's one of the newer light displays in Asheville, and it's also one of the brightest. Winter Lights at the North Carolina Arboretum features thousands of energy-efficient LED lights throughout the nationally known gardens. By the way, most of you know it. I do also have a Arboretum video about the Arboretum in general. In 2021, Winter Lights is once again a walkthrough experience with plenty of new lights and display, as well as some familiar favorites. Winter Lights runs November the 19th, a few days ago, till January the 1st. Number 2, downtown Asheville. The lights were canceled last year, but this year in downtown Asheville, local lights will illuminate Pack Square and Pritchard Park in the heart of the city. Following the Asheville Holiday Parade, there will be a lighting ceremony in Pack Square Park. The lights will make for a beautiful backdrop for photos while shopping and dining downtown. Speaking of shopping, head over to the historic Grove Arcade, which decks its halls with holiday decor inside and out for a Winter Wonderland celebration. Number 3, Christmas at Biltmore. That's the pinnacle. I think maybe one of them, but I don't know. I think the Arboretum's pretty cool. From the moment visitors see the lighted lodge gate at the entrance to the Biltmore, they know what they are in for a treat. What awaits inside the gate is a classic Christmas that harkens back to the days of the Vanderbilts. Giant 55-foot Norway spruce strung with 55,000 light, not 54,999, 55,000 lights on the front lawn leads the way to home, where 60 more intricately decorated trees highlight the Christmas at the Biltmore celebration. The 30,000 lights and 150 candles inside the home are particularly magical at night during the candlelight Christmas evenings at the Biltmore tour. Christmas at Biltmore begins with an annual tree raising ceremony, runs from November the 5th through January the 9th. Number 4, Biltmore Village and Dickens Festival. Just outside of the Biltmore sits historic Biltmore Village with its stone streets, quaint boutiques, and inviting restaurants. It's a really cool place, by the way. I mean, like even the McDonald's down there, it's like in a nice building and all that stuff. There's like a Ruth's Chris. It's a really cool area. The village introduced an enhanced lights display a couple of years ago. The new lights featured large 3D angels and stars hanging across Biltmore Village Street. For 2 days early in December, the village transforms for the annual Dickens in the Village Festival, December the 3rd and 4th. Shopkeepers dressed in Victoria era garb, and the main stage fills with musicians, choral groups, singers, and dancers. Dickens in the Village has traditionally taken place the first weekend of December. Number 5, the Omni Grove Park Inn. This, by the way, is always overshadowed by the Biltmore, but the Omni Grove Park Inn, which I've been to, is incredibly beautiful with the most spectacular mountain views. There are a few places that offer the coziness and warmth of the season, like the Great Hall at the Omni Grove Park Inn. Lighted wreaths adorn giant fireplaces with welcoming rocking chairs just waiting to transport visitors to holiday relaxation. Dozens of decorated trees brighten the halls of the inn, and you can see the public display of the entries in the National Gingerbread House competition, November 28th through January 2nd. More to come on that in the next slide. I just saw one out of the corner of my eye. Good evening or greetings, Mr. Mountain Man, all in chat. Kind of coming in late. No problem. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a wonderful week. I'll catch back up on the comments in a second. Number 6, Biltmore Park Town Square, one of Asheville's most beautiful shopping areas. If you want to see this is at the beginning of my video to the Lake Julian lights is number 6, the Biltmore Park Town Square. You see me with a big tree behind me. That's Biltmore Park Town Square. One of Asheville's most beautiful shopping areas, Biltmore Park glows at night with tens of thousands of lights, beautifully lighted trees in the sidewalks in front of the many stores and restaurants. Number 7, deck the trees in Black Mountain. In nearby beautiful Black Mountain, historic Monte Vista Hotel serves at the centerpiece of Deck the Tree Celebration, a charity event that features twinkling lights and decorated Christmas trees. From the hotel's featured art collection to live music, and from drink specials to the decorated trees, there's much to enjoy at this great event. This year's theme is a Black Mountain Christmas, and will be held December 2nd through January 3rd. Celebration will expand this year with decorated trees at numerous businesses in Black Mountain and the Swinona Valley area. While it's free to see the trees, you can vote for your favorite by making donation or cash or check. All funds raised will go to the Swinona Valley Christian Ministry. Number 8, Lake Julian Festival of Lights. I do have a video on this. I think the video is great. It has great music in the background. Both the Christmas videos on this channel, I really am fond of. They don't get a lot of views, but I think they're cool videos. So once you get into the Christmas season, if you haven't watched them, check them out. If you have seen them, check them out again. A local drive-through light show, Lake Julian Festival of Lights, illuminates a popular Buncombe County park. The road circling the park becomes a magical journey through tunnels of dazzling lights with 50 animated and stationary light displays. Visitors enjoying the lights will also be supporting a good cause. 20% of ticket sales are donated to the Buncombe County Special Olympics. Cool. The season kicks off with the walk through the night, the only night you can walk through the park to see the lights. For the remainder of the season, you can drive through the park to see the lights. Experience the Lake Julian Festival of Lights December 1st to the 23rd, 2021. So that's great. That's a great list right there. They really hit on all cylinders. Some of the lists I do in some of these articles, I'm wondering if there's a hidden agenda for some advertising, but this was pretty spot on. I think that was an excellent list. So how many of those had you heard of? How many have you not? And some of those, 3 of them you've seen on the channel. The Biltmore Square shopping center at the beginning of the Lake Julian lights. And I also have the lights at the winter lights at the Arboretum. Yeah, great what you're doing to help others. Absolutely. I love that you choose to give back to the community for sure. You know, I am, it's just something I can do. You know, that's what this channel is for, is, it's a hobby, and it's just great to be able to do that. Most people don't know how to pronounce my name, but you're doing a great job. Oh, Leah Wood. Okay. Hopefully I am pronouncing it correctly. It's great you have such a big heart and you're so caring. Your parents did a wonderful job bringing you up. I bet your mom's not there to hear that, but I appreciate that. Again, it's you guys hitting the thumbs up and watching videos about, quitting your job and selling stuff on Amazon, all those goofy commercials that run in the background. So I appreciate it in all seriousness. And I look forward to it. I will continue to do it. It looks like I'm on a cadence right now of about every 2 to 3 months, they send me a payment. So yeah, I'm making about $400 or $500 a year. So, hey, we'll minus taxes and YouTube premium, we'll give the rest to charity. You'll have to do some more videos of Christmas lights this year. I know people really like the ones I did last year, and I remember watching those. They were really cool. I got to hit the hay. I got to be up at 8 a.m. Good night, everyone. Hope to see you next week. Absolutely. And a happy Thanksgiving to you for sure. Let me see. I'm catching back up. Do they have special activities at Grandfather Mountain for Christmas? I am not specifically aware of any, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. I just haven't looked into it, but I'm sure you could go to their site and see. One of the things about Grandfather Mountain is because it's a paid ticket, I think they have the opportunity to maybe do some cool things. That would be cool to look into. There are several places here that put an amazing displays also. Opryland Hotel puts on 3 million lights. Hotels, 9 acres of indoor garden that is decorated also. That is amazing. Nashville, the other week, I had driven through Nashville, and I had never been through Nashville before. I was supposed to travel there last year, but the pandemic hit and I didn't end up going. And that is a much bigger city than I thought it was. It didn't surprise me that it's big, but at the same time, it kind of did. Like when I was driving on I-40 and I could see it from a distance, I'm like, wow, that's got quite the skyline. So it's a big city you live in there. I mean, Rita, but I didn't know. That donation you made to the feed bank was really sweet. Yes, and it's small, but hopefully it helps a few families here. Really, really, again, I'm really happy it came today because I really wanted to do it Thanksgiving. I was just talking to one of my kids yesterday, said that. I said, I wish I got the payment. I wanted to do one for Thanksgiving, but I hadn't seen it. So then if it would have been after, I would have done something for Christmas. I hope you get a video of Christmas lights. I'll definitely try. If I do the Arboretum, it'll be different because it's going to be walking. So we'll try to get something. We were going to Biltmore Estate for Christmas, but it was way too expensive. Yeah. I mean, it's the crown jewel here at Asheville, but it definitely is. And there's multiple tiers of what you can do there, like the walking tour versus the extra tours versus and eating there. I mean, it's they definitely rub off a little bit of that mansion-esque. It's a pricey place to go to, but I think it's supposed to be considered kind of a a special thing to do. We did have season passes for it. My grandmother got them for us, and we let them. We did use them, but we let them lapse, so I don't have them again. One guy reached out to me. I forgot to respond to him on Instagram. A nice guy, Viking. Somebody says he works at the Biltmore, and if I ever wanted to go, but I don't like to ask for favors or anything like that. So, but anyway, I thought that was polite, very polite. McAdenville, North Carolina is the Christmas town where Hallmark films a lot. Oh, cool. Cool story. Opryland is beautiful at Christmas too. That is cool. McAdenville, North Carolina. I didn't even know where that. Let me look that up real quick. McAdenville. Yeah. They call it Christmas Town, USA. That is off I-85. Oh, in Gaston County. So that's just outside of Charlotte near Belmont. I did not. Oh, I do know that place. Okay, story time. Not a cool story, but a story. I have been there. So I lived in Charlotte for 8.5 years. My wife and I did. Before we had kids. I went to school at UNC Charlotte. And they have a really cool Christmas lights there, if I'm not mistaken. You drive out 85 and you go to it. And so finally one year we decided to do it. Oh my gosh, it was awful. It wasn't the lights. It is so popular that the line on I-85 was like 2 miles long. And we were just sitting in this line, and the exhaust from the cars in front of us was just pouring into the car. And you would try to open the windows, and then it was just coming in like the cars in front of us. It was like, distinctively remember that. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like by the time we got to see the lights, I was kind of like, I don't want to say cranky, but I was like, I don't know, like lightheaded probably from sitting there in traffic for like 2 hours to get in and see the lights. Which, by the way, some of the things I've done here in Asheville are actually cooler than that. But I still like that fun fact about McAdenville. That's really neat. A walkthrough would be really cool. Okay, at the Arboretum. Yes, we'll definitely try to do that. While we want to wish everyone, we want to wish everyone here a happy Thanksgiving. Yes, one of my favorite holidays, and definitely to you as well. I'm gone this time for good. Night, everyone. I tried to stay the whole time, but I can't. No problem. I know I got on later, and my apologies about that. It's just a lot going on. I had to get things sorted out first. So anyway, yes, I will definitely try the lights. Last year, around this time for News and Notes, we did another light one that was a little wider in Western North Carolina. I like this one because it's just Asheville, but it was a little wider. And I remember like down in Tryon, they had some, and they had some in a whole bunch of other places. I might have to dig that up and see those too. But I wouldn't mind checking out the Arboretum again. I mean, that's like one of the premier places here to check it out. All right, next up. So I said, more to come on that. There's a really cool event if you guys are ever here. And if you're not, I think they might show a bit of this on HGTV on delay, obviously. But the Omni Grove Park Inn has the National Gingerbread House Competition. And it's like a big deal. When we moved here, I was like, oh, gingerbread competition. But no, it's like a big deal. Like people fly in from all over and take this super seriously. And there's all these categories, and it's like a real pride. Like a lot of chefs get into it, and a lot of other people. I'll read a little bit. It happened today, November 22nd. So Omni, yeah. So it's National Gingerbread House Competition returns November 22nd. The 29th annual National Gingerbread House Competition will be hosted at the Omni Grove Park Inn on November the 22nd. The bar is set high for entrance as the caliber continues to rise each year with grand gingerbread sculptures displaying the intricate designs and skilled craftsmanships of the artists. It blows me away every year. Susan Rotante, Director of Marketing and Communications, last year's grand prize winner in the pandemic, had 5,000 individual pieces. There were 3,000 individually baked ginger clay bricks on that piece by the Merry Mischiefs Bakers St. Nick's Christmas Decor Shop. It was cinematic and completely 360, and it told a story at every single angle. The winners will be announced during a closed awards ceremony. This year's judges include chefs Nicholas Lodge, Carla Hall, on and on. There are 4 categories: adult, teen, youth, and child, who receive cash and prizes. Last year, it was a virtual event because of the pandemic. This year, competitors were welcomed back to the Omni Grove Park Inn for what is likened to be a family reunion. Also, the event serves as a showcase of the gingerbreaders' creativity and growth. We've seen competitors rise from the ranks from the child through the teen. We've seen them go on to be adults. Very skilled competitors and evolved skills. So excited to welcome them competitors back with arms and open arms and celebrate their beautiful work and continue the legacy of the gingerbread. It's really what it's all about. It's more than a hotel. It's about these competitors. The public will not be permitted into the awards ceremony. However, gingerbread creators will be on display through the holiday season from November 28th to January 1st, the Omni Park Grove Inn in Asheville. Its gingerbread display will be open to the public after 3 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. Guests staying at the hotel will always have access during their stay. From December 1st to the 12th, Omni Grove Park Inn will present the 12 Days of Gingerbread on its social media platforms. On Instagram at Omni Grove Park. Each day, one of the top 12 finalists will be featured in a 1-minute vignette showcasing close-ups of the ginger art with the competitors' interviews. Something really special we look forward to every year. Gingerbread is synonymous with the holidays here and to kick off the season. This is super cool, like to do that. I would love to go see it. One year my kids did get involved with it. They haven't done it since. I think, in the kids category or whatever, but they were just going on and on about how cool it was. And we happened to be at the Omni Grove Park Inn later and got to see some of the display, and it was really cool. So these people take it to a next level. I mean, if you're into the holidays, this would be a really cool event. So the biggest thing I can recommend about it is their social media platform on Instagram or Facebook, that Omni Grove Park Inn, for the gingerbread competition. Sounds kind of neat. Let's see. Trying to find where I left off. Traffic wasn't too bad when we went to McCadenville, but it also was during the week, not the weekend. Yeah, I think we went on a Sunday or something like that. When you move to North Carolina, you get transferred, you get a new job. I work remote, so I was able to move here and did not have to change jobs, thankfully. So that was cool. Gingerbread competition would be cool to see. It sure would. I again, my kids got to be a part of it, but I did not get to experience it. My wife did. I think about making a gingerbread house every year, and I don't. They're fun to check out. If you want to do one for fun, at Walmart, they have a kit that comes with all the sides pre-made and then a bunch of icing. We got some of those last year, and the kids absolutely loved it. We always buy the kits, but never do them. In fact, we still have one on top of the fridge. I don't know if they go bad. I mean, you don't eat them, but like it's just icing in a bag, and like probably super hard as a brick gingerbread walls might make it even easier to build. So I might dig that one up and do that. I would eat the shingle siding and walk away before I could ever get it made. I like those gum drops, the ones that are not good for your teeth that have the sugar on the outside. Those are always good. Dillsboro, North Carolina reminds me of a Hallmark town. I would love to see it during Christmas season. I just think the whole area we live in is like, I always say like a Hallmark movie. It's just really picturesque around here. I mean, that's how they always try to do it, backdrop with the mountains and the snow. But I also think the Northeast, like Vermont, New Hampshire, I think those areas would be absolutely beautiful. I would love to travel up there someday. Like the Von Traps, from like Sound of Music, they have their resort up there, which is pretty cool. Up nestled in the mountains of Vermont. You can go there in the summer and do summer activities or in the winter. And so that looks pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of places in the country that you can kind of get into the season spirit. Last up, take a look at the weather. It's been like a month, but talking about some ups and downs. I mean, today looks like the low is going to be pretty chilly overnight, 24, 24, 28. But look at Thursday, bounces back up to 61, then drops right back down to 40. Then Saturday, that seems about normal for this time of the year, 50, 31, 50, 27. By the way, those last 2 days, that is a very typical like January winter day. Those last 3, like 40s or 50s, and then lows in the 20s or 30s. That's very typical for winter time. We're still in the fall in November, so that might be a little chillier than normal, but no rain in the forecast. I mean, like none. I mean, that 10 or 20%, we must have like a high pressure over us or something. So anyway, let's see. I tried making a gingerbread house one time. It got condemned. Yeah. You probably ate it, right? That's cool. I want to go to the Von Trapp Inn Resort. So cool. It is. I follow them on Instagram, I think. And the pictures are cool. I mean, the Von Trapp family, anyway, their story, it's a little different than the movie, in reality of what happened, but give or take a little bit here or there, still overall, I bet Little Switzerland is beautiful at Christmas. I bet you it is. And really a lot of these the thing about Little Switzerland is they are a seasonal town, and I do not believe they are open in winter, believe it or not. And that is because, for those of you that are not familiar, if it's so much as even one snowflake falls on the Blue Ridge Parkway, they close the gates. And the reason is from what I understand, it's not a necessity A to B road. The money to plow, what damage that would do, the salt and plows, they just want it to melt naturally. So they close the Blue Ridge Parkway. Now you're allowed to walk on it, because I've heard of people like walking up to Craggy Gardens when there's like 2 feet of snow up there. And I don't know if some of the park rangers and stuff at like Mount Mitchell still get up there somehow, but it's closed in the winter. Kim was the Von Trapp Inn. She saw Marie Von Trapp and several of the kids. Oh, wow. Now, Marie was the wife, right? When did she pass away? Like you're talking about some time ago, right? Yeah, she passed away in 1987. So what you're talking about must be Maria Von Trapp. Oh, you said Marie. Is Marie one of the kids, or Maria? Maria was the wife. So let me know. Anyway, regardless, that's super cool. I have been up to Stowe, Vermont several times. Love Smuggles Notch before you get up there. Really neat place. Ooh, that sounds cool. I definitely want to get up there. Santa Claus, Indiana is nice too. If you mail your cards at the post office, they put a special postmark on them. Ooh, nice. That is pretty cool. Oh, Maria was the daughter. Okay. All right. So she's still Marie, not Maria. Marie. Well, it keeps trying to autocorrect to Maria. Marie Von Trapp. I don't know. I can't find her. It wants me to search instead for Marie Von Trapp. No, it keeps coming up Maria. But there is Baroness Maria Von Trapp. Marie? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going too far on this. School story. It was Maria the mother, and it was a while ago. Okay. Cool. That is a cool experience. And story has it been to Salzburg, Austria, where they filmed the movie. That is really neat. So I watched a documentary last year after we watched the movie around Easter with the kids or something like that. And the people in Austria don't even really know that much about it. You'll have to validate whether this was right. There was a local native that said, we don't really, we know of the movie and we kind of profit off some of the, tourists and stuff, but it's not like the pride of the town or anything. And it's not like a black eye or anything. It's just not like the natives don't consider that like some key thing like maybe we do. Yeah, it must have been awesome. So anyway, there is the news and notes for the week of November the 21st. What the heck? Did I, man, I put the wrong dates on that one. It is the 22nd. So we had the housekeeping for the 22nd. And then we had, this is what happens when it's late like this. Then we had the news and notes for the 22nd of November 2021. All right. Back. Yeah, I missed that. Usually people correct me on that one. Oh, Chris is here. Time to go. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. It's late, man. It is late. We were just about to wrap up here. I got on late, had to get the kids sorted and the family sorted and everything. I hope you and Mindy, do you guys have any plans for Thanksgiving? Are you cooking at home or do you guys go see family? We're just cooking. We were late to the boat. We invited some family, but it's so chaotic around here that we kind of were late on our plans. So everybody else had already made plans. So, good to see you. And I hope you are doing well. I love the pictures on Instagram of all your t-shirts, by the way. All the hostels in Salzburg play the movie at 8 p.m. every night. Salzburg is all about the movie in Mozart, but the rest of Austria, not so much. Interesting. Yeah, because I watched that documentary and the guy who was from there, it seemed like the sentiment was, that that wasn't what they wanted to be known or typecast for. I mean, typecast as a country or a city, but that's really cool. All the hostels play at 8 p.m. every night. Oh my gosh, I wonder if they get sick of it. I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving weekend. We are so blessed to be able to live in this wonderful country. Absolutely. And, I'll be wrapping it up here in a couple minutes. It's after 11, but I do hope if anybody is traveling, here's the deal about traveling on Thanksgiving weekend. I can't think of another holiday where it's so precise when everybody drives home, because Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday, which means lots of people like to travel. And then what day are you going to drive home? Sunday, because you got to get to work on Monday. And I remember years ago driving on the interstate on that Sunday, and it was the worst traffic driving on I-77 or it's I-77. Yeah, because I was going between Ohio and North Carolina. But like you'd be in the middle of nowhere, it wouldn't even be an accident. There's just too many cars on the road. So anyway, if you're driving and you're coming home on Sunday, be extra careful because, man, some people get really impatient. It's like a competition to see how fast and idiotic they can be driving. It's crazy. Still working on your Thanksgiving plans. Well, hopefully turkey and stuffing and some fun stuff like that enters into it no matter where you are going to be. Have a great week ahead and a happy Thanksgiving to you and your loved ones. Absolutely. Thanks, Mr. Man, for another fun and entertaining live stream. Great having you back. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family. Likewise, back to all of you. I'm waiting until Tuesday to fly back to LA. Hopefully not so crowded. Yeah, Tuesday hopefully is not so bad. I don't know what airline or what you're connected on, but safe travels for you. The film took quite a few liberties with the story, but even then, Melissa and Hallstatt are excited to have visitors for the movie locations. That's really cool. And that's what I had read too, that they didn't really walk up over the mountains and some of that other stuff. But Mr. Mountain Man's going to make his turkey on the grill. I should. Everybody does the deep fryer. We just do the oven, but that would be cool. Like I would totally mess. I don't even know how you cook something that big in the grill. Does anybody could you grill? You can grill those turkey legs. You see them at like Disney and at theme parks and stuff. But that would be pretty cool. They just like take a turkey and see if you can do it. But all burned on the outside. You have to cook it like super low temperature for forever. My little Hokey just wants to make sure he gets plenty of eggnog. This Puppers is quite the sweet tooth. Eggnog will be a little closer to Christmas, but I do love that stuff. Milk, not Melissa. Oh, okay. If you have to be one of the to be on the roads this time of the year, be careful. Absolutely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, folks. I'm at $1.30 and it's 11:08. It is late A lot of people got to get up for work. I really thankful. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everyone. Great live stream as always. I should try. It's like a challenge now, but great live stream tonight as always, and glad you're able to come on. Yes, absolutely. And Larry has smoked turkeys. That would be delicious. That would be really, really good. Everyone have a safe and wonderful holiday, and don't eat too much. I can do the first part. I will not promise the second. I will be eating too much and I will enjoy it. Yes, you can rotisserie a turkey on the grill for sure. I don't have like the little rotisserie thing, but glad to know. It sounds delicious. I bet you the turkey would have a really good taste. I bet the Eclectic Candyman could retrofit your grill to cook a turkey. That'd be a fun video, right? If I was a little better with cutter and welder and stuff, I could make it happen. That's a great idea. They did a song and dance on a hill in Austria. We did too. Sang the song on the hill, had a blast, and went to the salt mine. That is very cool. I would love to hear more about that on one of the upcoming live streams if you join. We just bought Cooper a lot of special treats today, Foxy. Super cool. Yes. Spatchcock your turkey and grill it easily. And we just do the oven and it comes out really good. I'll tell you one last thing. When we get a turkey, I went to Walmart and just get a butterball. I always get the biggest turkey they have, the heaviest. I mean, at 99 cents a pound, and we love leftovers. So I got a 24-pound turkey. It's massive, but it's going to be good. Good night, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, and God bless to all. Absolutely. And thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you, Chris, for showing up late. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you are doing well. Story has it was nice to see you. Pastor Dan and Kim, Foxy Wolf, as always, AZ Rock, Rita, Larry, Ted and Deborah Harrison, Mr. Carlos. We had Leah on here earlier. Did I say AZ Rock? Yeah, I think I already did. I might be missing some other people that left a little bit earlier. Mom and Dad were here, or at least Mom was. But anyway, I wish all of you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. And yes, Chris has a live stream on Tuesday nights, themed live streams. Make sure to check them out. Everybody already knows Chris, so I'm sure you don't need the extra announcement. But anyway, yes, please have a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's a great holiday. Just take a break. Watch the Macy's Day Parade. Put up the Christmas tree the next day. Hopefully, you guys get some time off to just do a little, relaxation with the family. Be safe. Don't splatter any turkeys if you're doing the deep fry. Be safe with that stuff. Be safe driving, and just enjoy. And we'll get back at it next Monday. Hopefully, maybe a little bit earlier. I'll do my best. Glad to be here with all of you again, and I hope you have a wonderful week and a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thanks again for the support of the channel, and we will see you next Monday night. Take care, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.